I got I got a Nintendo Switch today, so that's been my
Nice.
life. I won't lie. That is, as a 28-year-old man, I have refound a love for Pokemon.
Hey guys. Welcome to the Nice Guys of Comedy podcast. With your hosts, Jack, Vincent and Nick Crooks. Oh, and by the way, they're from the north. That's the reason they sound that way.
Did you and Callum both get a Switch today?
Yes, yeah. Well, no. So basically, it was my idea. I had this idea yesterday. I said, "Look, Nintendo have an offer on. If we can get them, but like we can get the Pokemon games come in like pairs." I said, if we get the opposite game to each other, we can like play that together. So they arrived today. So and then my computer arrived as well. So today's been like a day of fun for me.
A little tech. It's like a tech giveaway. You've literally had a tech giveaway sent to your house.
Great. It's been fucking great. But like, there's a couple of things that I like on my computer. So my computer's a Mac, but the keyboards are not a Mac, and some buttons are a bit different, and it's been fucking driving me insane.
Why have you not got an Apple
Keyboard? No.
keyboard?
So when I bought it, it's a refurbed one, so they've not sent me a Mac keyboard for some bizarre reason. And at first I was like, oh, I'll just buy one, but to buy them brand new, like £100, and I was like, I don't know if I can really justify paying £100 for it.
Yeah.
So I have I bear with it, but it does mean that I am having like, because the @ symbol, which you obviously use for email just quite a lot, that's in a different position. So randomly I put like my email address and it'll be like, and then there's some speech marks. But yeah, how's work been?
Yeah, it's been alright.
It's been work. Been playing a lot of Worms.
No. We've actually. To be fair, I've been watching Call of Duty highlights, best bits.
I like the Call of Duty ones where, because I'm not a huge fan of, like, I'm not saying a huge fan, but I'm not like obsessed with the game and I play it regularly. But I like the ones where you watch it and like they throw a grenade and then they go into the house and and like the timing of it is brilliant. And I'm like, going, how the fuck did you do that?
Yeah, that's what we've been watching, like 600-meter sniper kills from, you can't even see the guy on the screen, and they're like, oh, I've killed him. It's like, fucking bullshit, you lucky bastard. That's not skill, that's luck. Okay.
That is pure, unadulterated luck. Like, yeah. No, I do like them, but it's good to see that you're keeping busy at work then. It's good for you keeping
busy. Watching them and X Factor auditions, bad ones.
Yes, I like watching them, and Britain's Got Talent ones, but all the ones that are like really inspirational. You're like, oh my god, this is my life. I find like the ones where like the genuine inspirational, and you're like, oh, that's actually quite decent. I'm like, yeah, I'm down for that. The ones where like they're just stupid, no, but the bad ones, love them. America's Got Talent, I love because America's always 10 times worse, better than anything else.
I love the people who genuinely can't hear themselves. Like they go, you're not a star, and they're like, I am. And then they come on like for 10. This is the 10th time you've been on. I'm never going to stop trying. You're never going to be a singer. Well, I'm never going to stop trying. I know I'm good. Clearly not.
Clearly you're not. No, I like them. It's like, have you seen that one? It's X Factor UK, and in the audience, I think there's Danny Minogue, not in the audience, but in the thing. And it's back when they did it in the studio, so it wasn't even with an audience. And it was with Danny Minogue, Cheryl Cole, or Cheryl Fernandez, Siren Cowell and Louis. And there's that girl, she comes in and she sings, and she I hate to be judgmental, but she looks like she's on crack. And then she's looking for the mic and trying to like grab it.
Yeah.
And at the end she's like, that was good, wasn't it?
Isn't it?
And then they're all like,
and then she goes, I put my records on tapes. And Sharon absolutely rinses her and goes, nobody uses tapes anymore, darling. They're called CDs. And she comes right into her face and she goes, that was rude, wasn't it?
Do you know what's really awkward though? The girl who did that looks so much like my cousin. She looks so much like my cousin.
You play that every day. If she looked like my cousin, every birthday I would play it. I'd blow it up. I'd canvass it for a birthday. 16th, I'd blow it up. boom, big picture of her. They look like they've got her. This is no offence to like working girls or out like that, but they look like they've gone to her off the street and said, "Here's 50 quid. Can you come and pretend you're absolutely amazing? Like you really think you're good, just for the show?" Because like you think no one can be that deluded, but there obviously are people like that.
Definitely, it's completely and utterly. I do love the audition videos though. And at the moment, they're actually on. Like America Got Talent and Britain Got Talent's actually on. So I'm loving them. I love them, mate.
I like them. Ash, we've watched a couple of this guy called Ashwin.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's like a short sort of Asian guy, and he comes in, and he's like full of confidence, and Simon's like, "Happy to see the girls," and he goes, "Yeah, definitely. They'll be happy to see me after I'm finished." And then he starts singing, and he sings King of the Road, and he goes, "King of the Road," then right at the end he goes, like that, as if it's proper amazing. And then Simon says, "How do you think that went?" And he goes, "Brilliantly."
It's so painful. It's so painful to watch, but I can't take my eyes away. It's so bad.
You're just average. What's your definition of average? You. That's what they say to him. He cannot take it.
Do you remember the one, the two, again on the UK, X Factor UK, the two brothers singing Peter Andre?
Yeah, Ant and Seb.
Is that?
This is how much we've watched it. It's recently. Ant and Seb.
Ant and Seb. What?
Seb. Or Ant and Death, as Simon calls them.
Oh, do you remember as well the on X Factor again? I know their name. Ablisa.
Ablisa.
There were two girls who were weird. Like they were friends, but they were also cousins. And then they did shockingly bad. And then they had a guest judge on, and it was Natalie Imbruglia, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I just don't think she's like. I'm sorry, but who are you?"
Oh yeah, and then they shoots her in face. Yeah.
And then
she got her baps out.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah, is that what you were going to say? Because we actually Googled them to see where are they now, and it came up with a Baps photo.
Yeah. She spread, didn't she?
Yeah. She's a knockout. X Factor Girls a knockout was the headline. She had two boxing gloves over her boobs like that. Oh, brilliant. I'm glad that you've definitely seen that, because that makes sense. That helps this.
I've definitely spent 4 hours on YouTube and in the early mornings. My other little guilty pleasure, I've got two guilty pleasures when it comes to like YouTube videos. One is people from the army coming back to their families.
Does that just get you tearing up? Does that just...
I'm just like emotion. But it's weird. I'm not a huge fan of when they come back to partners or kids. It's when they come back to their parents. And I'm like... Oh.
I thought you was actually going to say, it's when they come back to the dogs. And the dogs go... and the dogs go nuts for him.
Yeah,
that really gets me.
They get me. And the other one is at groomsmen dancers at weddings when they do this whole choreographed thing. I'm that's it.
It is good, yeah.
I think I watched 7 last night in a row. It was brilliant. It was fucking brilliant.
I didn't do that on my wedding day.
On your wedding day then? What was the song to your first dance?
Perfect by Ed Sheeran.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I thought. I'm about to say, I thought you got married earlier. Oh, by the way, as well, whilst we're here, happy anniversary, mate.
I know. Yeah.
Not my anniversary. I don't know when that is.
That's on the 3rd of December.
Okay.
It's a while for you.
Yeah, comedy. It's our comedy-versary, isn't it? And here we are doing fuck all comedy gigs.
That's pretty shit, isn't it? It's just...
But I was saying this the other day, I feel like podcast appearances are almost becoming like the new gig. Like I recorded one last week. I'm doing one tomorrow. It's like, you making your way around the circuits of people's podcasts when there's only 7 people listening. So if you want to be a guest on the podcast.
Well, to be fair, I think we've had more listeners than at some gigs. So, do you know what I mean? I'll take it.
I do actually have a little bit of a funny story, though, about the podcast that I did. And it actually got released today. And it's by someone called Stephen Leitcham. I forgot his surname, I'm sorry. He was actually went through the Ultra process. He went through Ultra 5. And his podcast is The Roundtable with Stephen Leitcham. And it's basically, they do a bit of a profile and talk about people's work histories and stuff like that. And he were talking about kind of comedy and that aspect with me. But he goes proper back when he's talking to you. And he starts talking about college and stuff. And we started talking about my options at school. And I told him this story about there were a girl in my history class who I hated because she was always she belittled me. And I was like, it became a running joke, like, oh, fuck you, Jessica, fuck you, Jessica. And it became like a running joke throughout the whole podcast. And then we're great, blah, blah, blah. And then last week, he recorded another episode. And we're friends on Facebook, so he posted about it. And the person who he'd done his episode after me with was Jessica's best friend in college.
Weird.
And exactly. And I want to say best friends, like they just hung out in the same circle of friends. And I messaged him like, how do you know this person? And I was like, oh, well, we actually worked together. And I went, fuck Mel, he was friends with Jessica in college. And he went, oh yeah, don't worry about it though. You changed the name. I went, no, I didn't. I didn't think she'd ever listen to this podcast ever.
Now she's going to, because her best friend listens to them.
So I was like, fucking hell. I was like, oh, well, to be fair, I didn't say anything that wasn't a lie. She was a bitch. And the thing is, what I could have done is I could have changed her name when I retold this story, but I didn't. I told her the same.
Yeah, you've put it in our podcast now, so if she's gunning for you, she's going to say, just fucking talking about me again.
Hey, if it gets us some extra listens, I'm down for it. Because
even if they are hate listens.
The Gabby Hanna title didn't do as well as I thought it would do. It's done all right, but it didn't, like, I was expecting like 1 million views overnight. It didn't happen.
You were expecting 2 northern white guys to get 1 million views overnight. Okay.
I can't see an issue. You know, it could have happened. But yeah, it seems to be going well. I'm quite proud of the podcast that we've done, because to say that we started this not knowing where it would go, now we're here still, week 6, 8, 9 of fucking lockdown, and we've not missed one recording session yet.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you might as well not call it fucking lockdown with the fact that how people are acting.
It's weird, isn't it? Because people are very much like the doors are open now, and they're cracking on.
You just say how it is, Jack. People are idiots. Okay,
cunts.
Yeah. The general gist. If you are listening to this and you went out to IKEA,
yeah,
you deserve to get spat on by a COVID-19 patient.
I'm not even going to disagree. The thing is, right? So when Boris announced like some of the lockdown things, I was a bit like, let's not all get stressed out at each other because we're not following the rules. Because to be perfectly honest, they're not massively clear. Like, it is like, okay, what is a key worker, what isn't, X, Y, and Z, and let's, try and not get in arguments and stuff like that. But if I'm perfectly honest, ever since this whole Dominic Cummings thing came out, that he's been gallivanting and stuff like that, and he didn't get done because he was within the law. For me, I'm a bit like, I'm sorry, but I can't have any faith in the government. They're a set of cunts.
Yeah.
And if you're out, oh, I'm spending the day at the beach today, but I'm spending 2 meters apart from it. No, just don't go to the beach. I don't really sound funny. What you can do, you can still go to your park, get sunburn, and end up with a fucking forehead like mine.
I love how you put the hat on to hide it, though. I was actually gonna bring that up at some point, but you've done it yourself now. To be fair, normally, you didn't have to wear that hat, though. You could have worn the one like a hat that you normally wear.
Yeah, I would normally put like a beanie on, but my beanie's quite thick, and it's quite, even though it's raining, it's still quite warm. And I was like, I don't want to be sat here sweating. Like I can only see my head really small, but I know that I look fucking redder than the t-shirt you're wearing, and I don't want to be any fucking warmer than that.
What's really funny? Have you ever watched Benidorm, the program?
Bits, yeah.
Right. If you try and find this episode, it's where one of the characters, Mick, it was the dad of the family. His father-in-law owns the Benidorm sort of like club.
Okay.
So he asked him to go promote it on a big bike that he can barely fit on. So it's like a proper tall, like a giraffe bike. That's what I'm going to describe it as, a giraffe bike. And go around Benidorm like in this suit with a hat on and like a top hat and going around basically advertising it. Yeah. He realizes that once he's on the bike, he can't get off. So he's been riding around for hours in the sun. Yeah, can't get off this bike. So then what he does is he rides to a caravan park. Right. And decides he's going to get off the bike onto a caravan and then get down that way. And we go straight through the caravan roof. Yeah. The door's locked so he can't get out. Eventually he gets out. But the best thing is he's been wearing the hat all day. So he has a solid line just above his eyes of white. And this bit, just his forehead is white. And the rest of him's red. Because he's had no sun. And he gets back and he's obviously takes all the gear off. And it's just a line. And it just reminded me of you. I was trying to look for a picture, but I couldn't find one.
What's more awkward? Because obviously, so my face and my head's burned. My arms were pretty burned and my legs were. And then yesterday, because I'm trying to be a bit more healthier, I did a high-intensity workout on a YouTube video. I did it at home every day, and I went a bit too much to the point where now, like, my legs kill, but to the point where I can't walk like, really well. So I was sitting and walk like, but then obviously, like, you catch my burn and I like scratch it a little bit, and I'm a massive, huge, just walking pain right now. Yeah. So
that's what's funny is you say you've done the high intensity workout. I've actually been doing it as well.
Oh yeah.
I've been doing Insanity. I started it again. Well, I say again. I did it when I was lost weight the first time.
Well, I've been honest, I've done it once. And that was just yesterday. And I found this random video. Well, I got a bit annoyed actually because I found this video on YouTube, and like I clicked on it and it said, "Oh, we're gonna go through these things," and I went, "Oh, that looks a bit hard. Like, I can't be arsed doing this." But I let it play, and then it goes, "Right, do this," and I was like, "Oh, I can do that." And then I did. It goes, "Right, do that," and I was like, "Oh, I will properly be getting into it." And I was like, "I can do this," and she went, "Right, now that we're warmed up," and I went, "What?" Yeah, that was just the warm up. So. And then the other stuff that it was like a jumping jacks and stuff like that. And as much as I can do them in my flat, I don't really want to be a dick to the person downstairs because obviously I live up on people below me, so I felt like I don't think about. But I've been going for a lot of walks, hence again the burn. So I'm trying to do that and just be a bit more careful in what I'm eating. And I've got that MyFitnessPal app where you can like track what you've eaten. Yeah. And I realised the shit that I was eating, how unhealthy it is. Like I've got a massive sweet tooth, so I'd always be eating sweets, and I just went on to like a Haribo's like bag, and I was like, "Fuck me, that is the equivalent of a meal."
See, I'm big savoury me. I love like a bag of crisps, or
I can do as well. Yeah,
yeah, I will eat pretty much out, but it's just them sort of stuff. The thing is, if I don't buy it, I won't eat it. So that's what we've been doing at the minute, not buying it at all.
That's me. So I'm always a bit of a thing going, I need more snacks. So I buy some more snacks, and then I get home and I eat them in 2 days.
Yeah.
So I now
they're not a snack. You do them as like a meal. Oh, this pack of McVitie's hobnobs that can be dinner.
Yeah, basically. I won't lie as well. So I don't know, for anyone who didn't see it, is my mum sent me a boatload of sweets, a surprise. And they're all veggie, they're all vegan because I'm vegetarian. And there were one pack of them, and I started eating them. And I sat there and was like, I could eat these, just sit here and eat these all day. And I looked at the pack and I went, Jack, that's 1 kilogram of jellied sweets. Don't eat a kilogram of jellied sweets.
Kilo of sugar.
It's 1 kilo of sugar. Don't sit there and eat 1 kilo of sugar. So I did.
So I did. I polished them off. I licked the bag.
No, I've not been too bad. I've only been doing it for a couple of days, but I would say I'm feeling the benefits of it. But I spent 2 hours on the sofa playing Pokémon, so I didn't do that well. But yeah, if anyone's got a Switch and got Pokémon Sword or Shield, hit me up. I need friends.
I need friends.
Well, no, I don't. I just need really cool Pokemon because I think all the ones that I've got, like, it seems like Pokemon just kind of ran out of ideas. Like, I feel like when we were playing it, when we were actual kids, like they were quite inventive. Now, one of them is just a squirrel and a sheep.
Yeah, I've been on Pokemon Go, and some of the names of the Pokemon are just absolutely not even. Someone's just gone. We've gone through a lot of names, haven't we?
Yeah.
What can we name it now? Well, what does it look like? Well, it looks like a frog. How about we call it Frogger? Frogger?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Frogger. That works. That'll do us.
They become a little bit like as well. Like the new feature in this one is that you can make your Pokemon giants. What's that about?
Giants?
Yeah, so basically, like you unlock this thing, and then like you can, if you catch a certain type of Pokemon, it then expands in size like a giant Pokemon, and then it gets powerfuler. But by the end of the battle, it goes back to normal. It's just stupid. I hate to sound like I'm 40 years old, but it was better back in our day.
It was better back in our day. I'm just trying to quickly have a look to see if I can show you one that I thought, no, that's not. There's no imagination there. Do you know what I mean? You looked at it and basically.
I mean, I'm saying this, but when we played it as a kid, there was a Pokemon that looked like a Mister, and it was a mime. So when Mr. Mime.
Yeah, well, like Mr. Mime Jr. is a new Pokemon that's on here. Mr. Mime Jr.
But it's not Mr. Mime Jr. It's just Mime Jr.
Mime Jr. Yeah. Well, it should be Master Mime Jr. Master.
That's Master Mime. That's a sick name.
Yeah. See, I just thought of it at the top of my head.
And then I think as well in the new one that we've been playing, Mr. Mime can evolve into Mr. Rhyme.
No.
Like, why is it when you get older you're changing your surname, mate? Don't happen. Well, it did happen to women.
Right, so this one that I'm looking at is called a Swallow. Well, guess what type of animal it looks like, Jack?
That's a bird.
Yes, it is a bird. Be a fucking bit inventive with the name, for Christ's sake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They're not very inventive with them at all.
A T-pig.
That's a pig.
Pig.
Yeah.
All you've done is put a T and an E in front of the word pig.
But again, what I'd like to point out is they had a Pokemon in the first generation that was a seal, so they went seal.
Yeah, well, you've got to have a couple of animals there.
I'm saying it, like, I completely agree, but they're also fucking ridiculously stupid.
Yeah.
I hate to sound like I'm 40-year-old, but it was better back in our day. I think, but like the thing that I never understood, I don't say never understood is I don't have children, so I don't see that often. But Paw Patrol, my niece and nephew are obsessed with that. Like, so you've got dogs who are firefighters.
I have a massive issue with Paw Patrol. Massive issue.
Okay.
One, because it don't live in the real world. Now, I understand that that's a statement because the dogs can talk and all that lot. That aside, right? Basically, Paw Patrol company must be either private, because if it's government funded, a lot of fucking money goes into that. They've got a tower with a lift, vehicles. They've just added fucking like some big bus that carries them all over the place. But there's no general police, fire. They don't turn up to a fire and go, "It's all right, Fireman Dan. The Paw Patrol are here to help." It's just them.
So they're governing everything.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Wow.
And riders are about 12. So literally, the mayor trusts all of Paw Patrol City, whatever the hell it's called, to a kid.
Yeah,
who
but
doesn't
again,
have any parents.
But going back to fucking Pokemon, in that world, parents were letting their 10-year-old kids go gallivanting across the fucking country with a fucking electric mouse. Well, actually saying that, if I had an electric mouse, I think I'd be more safe with the electric mouse than my parents.
Yeah, if you went, "Mum, I'm going into town," and she went, "All right, as long as you take your electric mouse."
Yeah, or your fire-breathing dragon, like, you'd be fine.
I mean, yeah. I think a lot of dads say that to the daughters, but it's actually electric mouse is code word for taser. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? I think what would be quite humorous is if you were the father of a daughter, that would,
yeah, it would. I think that's why fate hasn't brought that into the realm, because I would do. Have you ever seen the Bad Boys scene where the guy turns up to the house to collect the daughter, and he knocks on the door.
I'd like to point out, just before you go any further, you do know who you're talking to about film here, so you do know that I've not seen it. Go on.
Oh, the guy turns up to the door, and he's like, the dad covers up, and he's like, "Who are you?" Right, and he's grilled straight away. "Who are you?" And he goes, "I'm Reggie." And he's like, "What you here for?" And he's like, "I'm here to pick Megan up," which is obviously his daughter. And he goes, "Shit, you look at least 30. like that. And they start having a proper thing. And it's Martin Lawrence, and he starts going at him. And then Will Smith's obviously there. And Will Smith just comes along the edge of the corridor, just like peers in like that. Like from the side. And he goes, "Who's at the door?" And he goes, "His name's Reggie. He's here to pick Megan up." And he goes to the door and he goes, "How old are you?" And he goes, "I'm 19. He goes, "Shit, you at least 30. He says it as well. And he gets his gun out and he's like, "I just got out and I ain't going back." And he's like waving the gun around in front of him. And this poor kid's like,
jeez.
And then Martin Lawrence says something like, "Oh, I want her home at 10:01. No, 10 o'clock, not 10:01, you know. Otherwise I'm in the car, I'm hunting your ass down." And Will Smith just goes, "Yeah, and I'll be with him. And you know what that means? Chitty, chitty, bang, bang." And they just start at him. And she's like, "Don't pay attention to him and all his silly friends." And he goes, "You a virgin?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Keep it that way." Right in his face. "Ain't gonna be no fucking tonight."
Oh, you know for a fact that 19-year-old kid is definitely not a virgin.
That's exactly how I would be at the door to my daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah, I could see it. It's a good job you've got boys.
I wouldn't have a gun. I would just brandish the biggest kitchen knife I had.
Well, we know your expertise on guns.
Yeah, stabby, stabby, stabby.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's a good job that you've got boys. It's just a case of that now someone's threatening your sons with knives when they go to their daughter's house.
All I will tell my boys is you can do whatever you want. Be respectful, but you can do whatever you want in that way. Don't do something I won't do. And also, get as big as you can. Don't eat junk food. Work out. Get as big as you can. And then if shit goes sideways, no one's going to want to mess with you because you're going to be big. Like, I don't strike fear into anybody. Do you know what I mean?
No one sees Nick Crooks and like, shit, we're going to die.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I bet some dads think, "Oh, crap," when like a 6-foot guy turns up, you know, rugby player, he's like, "I'm taking your daughter out." You let him, don't you? You say, "All right, sir."
Do what you want. Man's are up.
If you try and have a back by 10, I'll have a back by 10:30. All right, okay.
How about 11? You have 11.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when I was in high school, there were a girl, and I mean, at the time we didn't even know about it. We didn't really pay much attention, but looking back, it was obviously massively inappropriate. But there were a girl she was in year 7, and she would date a year 11. So that was like a fucking 16-year-old dating like a 13-year-old. Even worse.
Yeah, pedo rhyme definitely went round there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what happened. Year below. If you went with someone the year below.
Yeah.
Pedo, you are. It's like, how is this bad? How is this bad?
But the thing is, when she was dating this guy who were older, he were like proper, like head, like bigger, and then like they broke up because it was high school, and then she started dating someone in our year, and I'm not saying he hadn't hit puberty yet, but he wasn't fucking hench, and he were obviously a lot smaller, and I was like, when you said that, then I'm like, I bet her dad were like, "Yeah, you're okay." The other guy, no, I couldn't take him.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Jenkins. I'm a new guy.
I mean, again, looking back, I mean, when you mentioned that joke about a pedo joke, he was genuinely probably a pedophile, because if he was 16 and she was 12.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, weirdly. Yeah.
Weirdly? Yeah.
No, like, you know what I mean? Like, weirdly, yeah. Because we had people in our school that were like 15 and went out with someone that were older.
It was always that. It was always a girl as well. And I'm not doing this to be sexist. It just tends to be girls who date older.
There's no guys do not. A younger guy does rarely stand a chance with an older girl.
not a high school boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you tend to no, as well. I'd like to point out that there is no. I couldn't see a 24, 25-year-old girl being quite confident to her friend saying, "I'm dating a 16-year-old" or "I'm dating a 14, 15-year-old." It'd be weird, but you could see a 25-year-old going, "Yeah, I'm dating a 16-year-old, a guy." I don't know why I can see it because it happened up in Wakefield.
But I think also he would get the piss taken out of him from his friends.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not being funny. You're 27, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 28. Let's just even right now, if you had a friend who came round and said, "I'm dating a 17-year-old," that's legal. That's well within the legal limit.
It is. But I would instantly say, "Oh, did she have a school uniform on?" Banter with lads. You know, if you were out at the pub, you'd get, "Oh, your last guy coming here."
Well, she can't.
That's what I mean. So you get what the person would get, and it's horrible because you shouldn't really do that, but it's fun.
Well, I'm not being funny. I remember once I was 25, and it wasn't a relationship or anything like that, but I was seeing someone who was 30, and it messed with my head because I was like, this person isn't even in the same. She's not in her 20s, like, and I couldn't comprehend it. She's in her 30s. I was like, this is weird. And to the point where I'd made such a big deal out of it that my friends then called and said that I was seeing a MILF. And I was like, no, I'm not, because she's only 5 years older. But in my head, and there, I mean, it's safe to say we did not end up seeing each other much, but it was weird.
I'm guessing she were handing out Capri Suns like they were fucking
That was the Nice Guys of Comedy podcast with Jack Vincent and Nick Crooks, recording from their own home and heavily fucking edited. Follow them at I am Jack the and at Nick Crooks Comedy. Why don't ya? #NiceGuys.